Alright, so here's my review on the Fallkniven S1 against the Frosts Mora 760. First up, the S1, you get a very heavy bladed knife, very good balance point. The steel is VG10 laminated with 420 stainless steel on the sides. So what that means is you have a core of VG10 that runs through, including the edge, and will give you a lot more strength. I could put this up between two boards and hang on it, and it'll have no problem. You get a steel pommel in the back. The full tang runs all the way through, so you can hammer out with a rock, hammer it into a tree, whatever you need to do. This will split wood. Set it up on your piece of wood, hammer it down, baton it down, use it to pry off, whatever you need to do. You can split wood with this knife. Definitely a very solid option for a survival knife. Compare that to the Mora 760. I do like the handle quite a bit. It has very good ergonomics in either position. So it's good for whittling. The blade is the main downside to it. The reason that this is not a very expensive knife is the steel is very cheap steel. I poked a hole through some aluminum earlier and rolled the edge. You can see how my thumb is catching on there. The edge should be here, which it's not. That can be fixed with some sharpening. Also, there's been a bit of tip degradation. Again, fixable by sharpening. Here you can also see I did some whittling on this with the Mora just to test it out. You've got some indentations, loss of steel. You probably can't see on this quality, but in the pictures you can tell. So very, very weak steel compared to what's on the S1. To kind of give you a comparison, after I pulled this off, I just debarked it and everything, ran into a bunch of knots, no problem. There you can see some scuffing maybe on the finish, but that's about it. The knife has no denting in the blade, no loss of sharpness, nothing. It is strong. So that is your survival knife. For kitchen use, general woodworking, whatever, messing around, this is a pretty solid option. However, I think there are some better products out there. I also noticed there's a little bit of bubbling on there that I think happened when it was out in the sun earlier. So, kind of cheap casting on there. I do know the tang on this blade is also thin, doesn't run very deep, so you lose a lot of your strength compared to something like this where you have a full tang running all the way through. You can do whatever you want to this knife and it's going to perform for you.